For more than 2 millennia, the final resting place of Cleopatra VII, the last queen of Egypt's Ptolemaic dynasty, has remained shrouded in mystery, eluding attempts at identification by historians, archaeologists, and explorers. Ancient accounts and later traditions spoke of a tomb hidden beneath the sands west of Alexandria, sealed against time and any profanation, where Cleopatra and Mark Antony, her political ally and lover, were said to have been secretly buried after the Roman conquest of Egypt. The idea of a clandestine burial far from monumental palaces fueled centuries of speculation until modern excavations revived the possibility of a concrete solution to this historical enigma. A decisive milestone occurred in 2004 when Kathleen Martinez, a Dominican lawyer and self-taught researcher deeply devoted to the study of Cleopatra VII, initiated an archaeological mission at Taposiris Magna, a ruined religious complex located approximately 45 kilometers west of Alexandria. Her conviction was based on 12 years of historical, religious, and symbolic studies. For Martinez, the temple's dedication to Isis and Osiris, combined with its strategic location near the ancient Ptolemaic capital, made the site a plausible candidate for the queen's burial, as she publicly identified herself in life with the goddess Isis as part of her political and religious legitimation. Despite initial resistance from established Egyptologists, Martinez persisted, obtained authorization from the Egyptian authorities, and formed a joint Dominican-Egyptian mission with institutional support from Zahi Hawass, then Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities. The first excavation seasons between 2004 and 2005 revealed an extensive necropolis around the temple, composed of numerous tombs and burial chambers. This finding was particularly significant because it contradicted the traditional view that Ptolemaic temples served exclusively for worship, demonstrating that Taposiris Magna also functioned as a funerary space associated with individuals of high status. In 2008, the mission made one of its most impactful discoveries: coins bearing the effigy of Cleopatra VII found within and around the complex. Approximately 40 coins were initially identified, a number that would grow significantly in subsequent campaigns. These findings reinforce the site's direct connection to the final period of the Ptolemaic dynasty. At the same time, mummies were discovered in approximately 27 tombs, including 2 with gold coverings, an element rarely associated with ordinary burials and indicative of elevated prestige. Other artifacts included amulets, metal plaques, ritual objects, and an alabaster head that, according to Martinez, could represent Cleopatra. Furthermore, the excavation revealed burial chambers integrated into the temple area itself, an unusual architectural feature that led to a reassessment of the complex's role as a space of political and dynastic importance. Although no epigraphic inscription explicitly mentioned Cleopatra or Mark Antony as being buried there, the body of circumstantial evidence became increasingly consistent. Between 2009 and 2022, the mission deepened its investigations through geophysical surveys. The use of ground-penetrating radar made it possible to identify shafts, cavities, and subterranean anomalies beneath the temple. In November 2022, the discovery of a monumental tunnel carved into the rock was announced, located about 13 meters below the surface, measuring approximately 1,305 meters in length and nearly 2 meters in height. Part of the tunnel extends beneath the Mediterranean Sea, impressing specialists with its geometric precision and the complexity of the engineering involved, comparable to major works of ancient Greek engineering. Geological studies indicate that multiple earthquakes, occurring between the 4th and the 14th centuries of the Christian era, as well as processes of subsidence and tectonic alterations, caused the collapse and sinking of parts of the complex. Inside and near the tunnel, ceramic vessels, limestone blocks, and fragmented sculptures were found, including alabaster heads, possibly associated with royal statues or sphinxes. The excavations at Taposiris Magna also revealed a vast assemblage of funerary and ritual artifacts. More than 300 Ptolemaic coins, sculpted busts in marble and limestone, approximately 20 funerary catacombs, and mummies wrapped in cartonnage richly decorated with gold. Some of these mummies featured golden tongues, symbolic amulets intended to enable the deceased to speak in the afterlife before Osiris. One burial in particular contained a mummy wearing the complete Atef crown, adorned with golden horns and a frontal cobra, as well as a usek collar with a falcon head and a golden pectoral, indicating an individual of exceptional status. The tombs were oriented westward, with the heads facing the temple, reinforcing the ritual character of the ensemble. In 2025, Kathleen Martinez, in collaboration with oceanographer Robert Ballard, announced the discovery of a submerged harbor near the Taposiris Magna complex. On the seabed, monumental structures, columns, polished stone pavements, anchors, and amphorae were identified, all dating to the Ptolemaic period. Bathymetric maps indicated that the ancient shoreline lay several kilometers further inland and was progressively submerged by earthquakes, tsunamis, and rising sea levels, including the major seismic event of the year 365 of the Christian era. The alignment between the submerged harbor, the underground tunnel, and the temple led Martinez to propose that the site functioned as an integrated funerary system. According to her hypothesis, after Cleopatra's death in the year 30 before the Christian era, her body may have been transported by sea to the harbor, conveyed through the tunnel, and discreetly buried in the temple to avoid Roman profanation. Although Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities officially recognizes the relevance of the findings, specialists emphasize that there is still no definitive epigraphic proof confirming the Queen's burial at the site. Nevertheless, Martinez maintains that the convergence of coins bearing Cleopatra's image, royal iconography, elite burials, a monumental tunnel, and a submerged harbor constitutes the most robust body of evidence ever assembled in favor of locating her tomb at Taposiris Magna, keeping the site among the most important and debated in contemporary Egyptian archaeology. Finally, the search for Cleopatra's tomb remains one of the greatest enigmas of world archaeology, uniting history, science, and imagination. Each new discovery at Taposiris Magna not only expands knowledge of the Ptolemaic period, but also demonstrates how scientific persistence can rewrite ancient narratives. While definitive proof has not yet come to light, the body of evidence keeps alive the possibility that the mystery is closer to being revealed than ever before. Thank you for watching. While you are here, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Click on one of the recommended videos on the screen for more incredible information. See you there.